wrapping up our day 3 of the 2020 virtual farm science review, but we have some field demonstrations virtually being released now, and Andrew's going to tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so the last few days we've actually had the opportunity to instrument and look at different field operations. We had the opportunity to instrument a disc gripper with a load pen, accelerometers, and a sound mic in the cab to look at driver ergonomics. And then yesterday we actually instrumented a John Deere combine and had that opportunity as well. And we put a high resolution camera on the header deck plates. And to see this video, go to the link in the comments section. And we're really excited to see this. We also had 360 virtual reality video. And none of this would have been possible without 3 key sponsors, and that's DuaSoft, Gross Sound and Instruments, and Dytran. We're really excited to see what you think of it and what we do moving forward.
Awesome, and we look forward to seeing results of a lot of your trials you have in eFields. So thanks, Andrew.
Yep, thank you.
They've got some really cool videos up there, so definitely check them out. If you were missing the field demonstrations this year, they're really pretty cool. Now we've got Jason Hartshoe here. We've got this really neat interactive county map that shows our yield estimates across the state. And so Jason, can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing as far as yield estimates?
Sure, gladly. There's about 50 counties represented. Extension educators from all across the state went out over the last month and did yield estimates in both corn and soybeans. And we saw a lot of variability across the state. It'd be really cool if you're in the northwest corner of the state. Look at what things were like down in the southern part of the state as they reported, what their weather was like and what it did to the crops. We have some areas where there was some really stress. But one thing we found in those yield tours that surprised all of us was the yields that were coming back. And we're getting the same reports out of the combine today, that soybeans are yielding a lot better than what we expected. And some of the estimates that came out of corn silage, even corn, there was some really poor corn this year. 50 bushel and less. But there's some really good corn that was in those yield checks and even coming out of over 200 bushels now off of some of these silage harvest checks. So you can check all those out at go.osu.edu/yieldtour2020. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Jason. So with that in mind, as yields start coming in, we're going to talk to Ben Brown and see what he has to say about an outlook for grain markets.
Yeah, and thanks for having us. We appreciate it. It's always fun to come out to Farm Science Review. When we look at markets, Jason's just talked about one of the aspects that we've been following, that bean yields are coming in a little bit stronger than what we expected. The other thing that was happening is we were seeing a big flow of money into the commodity sector. So if you think of, the dollar was depreciating and we had an increase of dollars available due to government payments and stuff like that. And so we had a lot of money coming into the commodity sector. And as a result, we were creating really long positions in soybeans to where we were overbought. We've seen speculators start to sell out of those the last couple of days, and as a result, this week we've lost about 50 cents in our bean market, getting down close to $10. And I think we're going to continue that trend well into harvest. The other thing we're watching is sales to China. They've been strong. They've been making the news. Today was the first day we didn't have a reported sale to China since September 2nd. I like to remind people that one day of no sales is not a big concern, but if it becomes a trend, we'll start to get more concerned as we look ahead. So Aaron Wilson and I, our state climatologist, wonderful man. If we're going to do a webinar next week on Thursday, the 1st at 8:30 in the morning, cover both fall outlook for weather and grain markets. Come listen to Aaron talk, and if you want to stick around for me too, that'd be great. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. So I really appreciate the opportunity to visit with Ohio producers and spend some time with you all this week. So
Ben, where can people go if they want to register for the Outlook meeting next
yeah.
week?
So if you go to go.osu.edu/ag-outlook2020, you'll find the link to register and get a reminder email right before. So appreciate everybody coming out and attending. So
all right, thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
So Sam Custer, you saw him earlier this week, Interim Director for Agriculture and Natural Resources in Extension. And we just want to know, moving forward, what everyone can expect for future education that we're going to be bringing them this winter.
Well, thanks, Amanda, and hats off, and send in your comment notes thanks to Mary and Amanda. Mary is our Madison County agriculture educator, and Amanda is our Champaign County educators. You've seen them all week. They've done a great job, so please thank them in your comments. What are you going to expect from us coming up this winter? We are going to bring to you some outstanding program. I hope you've seen some of the quality work that our educators do across the state of Ohio in the Farm Science Review this week, but you're also going to see just some potential offerings that teams are putting together. Each one of our teams is going to have 4 or 5 statewide programs that will be available to you this winter and fall, and you can look for those middle of October, first part of November. We'll have a calendar out for you and a nice website so that you can find those programs you want. So thanks again to Mary and Amanda and all of our educators who worked really hard this week to bring Farm Science Review to you. Thanks.
Thanks, Sam, for all you do.
So Nick Sackcoach is here. He's our manager at Farm Science Review. And as a wrap up, we want to hear a little bit about Nick for next year.
Yeah, thank you, Mary and Amanda, for joining us all week, and we really appreciate all you do for us. I do want to make sure that I don't forget to mention, if you like our shirts that we have on, we do have a few of those to give away. So if you have not signed up for a My Show Planner yet, I encourage you to do so, because we will select 10 random winners to receive one of these shirts. So make sure you sign up for a My Show Planner, and then you can go in and watch some of the recordings from some of the sessions that happened this week. So a lot of the sessions are going to be recorded and available for months after today. So Farm Science Review is not completely over. You know, we have the 3-day wrap up here, but we still have some content that will be available going forward for the next few months. So thanks everybody for joining us, and continue to join us on Farm Science Review online, fsr.osu.edu.
Now we're really excited for Farm Science Review next year. Can you tell us what those dates are, Nick?
Yes, I can. You can save the date right now for September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 2021, and we'll be here in person. We plan to be here in person again this year. We'll have a few things, this digital content that we have provided this year. We'll try to hang on to a few of those items that we've kind of jumped into this year to provide some content for all of you out there. And we also have that in-person show. Of course, both components now are going to be important, but of course the in-person show.
Thanks for joining us all week, and we look forward to seeing you next year.